Okay, so I haven't posted any videos in a long time. Mostly just I've been busy doing stuff and I'm just not a video guy, I guess. Anyway, so this is going to be like my waste oil furnace, and this is going to be like an annual cleaning that I do. You can see that I've cleaned up some of that. I've already scraped all the walls, that kind of stuff. More or less what it does is it'll burn this chamber at about 3,800 degrees, something like that. It atomizes air with the oil, and it puts it out into like a mist, right? And then this right here is basically just constantly like is running all the time, and it just, you know, activates it. This is the nozzle that it shoots out of. And then there's a fan behind here, and the fan kind of spins it, right? Anyway, you got a little eye port right here where you can check it out and, you know, burn your face off. Anyway, long story short, basically what it boils down to is that it shoots it back into here. There's a target that it hits in the back, which helps recycle the air into it. And this is like my annual cleaning. So I will go through, and you can see that there's still some of them that are kind of all choked up, right? You can see it where it's kind of built up, and then some are really clean. So I'll go through and I'll actually clean this whole chamber out. And then on the back side of it, there's a tube that's right here. And that tube that's right there, I'll pull that cap off and I'll vacuum everything out that's in the back side of it right there. And then I'll clean that, you know, basically pressure plate and all that kind of stuff, clean it all up. And then I'll take all this completely out of here and I'll put it in my bead blaster and I'll bead blast this whole thing up, clean it, you know, I'll clean the whole thing completely up. And then I'll wipe out this, this piece here. I'll pull this off, clean this whole thing out and everything. This is the fan that blows into the blower. And then this is your inspection port. But yeah, this thing's been awesome. People ever wonder about these? I have a CB3250. This is a cleanburn unit. Like, this is what it is. It's a cleanburn unit. It's rated to burn everything that you see there. Those are all, you know, amp ratings and everything like that. So I'm going to kind of show the hours that I have on this thing. I have over 13,000 hours on this thing. And I've replaced a couple things. I've replaced this igniter. I've replaced the fan motor a couple of times. And there's a like a contact relay that's right inside that box right there. That contact relay kind of burns out about every other year. Not exactly sure why they put such a low rating on that contact relay, but it is kind of an issue. But this thing works awesome. So what it does is there's this chamber here. This is where the main burn is. And then there's a great big monster fan that's on the back of this thing back there. And it blows across this entire unit, you know, inside this vein right here. And it blows it out here, and it blows it out at the bottom. I have the other side kind of closed off. So you can see the other side's kind of closed off right now. And more or less, this thing will heat. My shop is 50 by 130, and it will, and I also have a 25-foot ceiling in this thing. So it will heat this entire shop. You know, like I usually keep it at like 65, because if it's like -13 outside, 65 in here feels pretty hot. So I think that it's actually fantastic, and I highly recommend them. I really do. It's a great way to recycle the oil. So we burn about 3,000 to 3,200 gallons a year, and it turns it into, this is a small trash can. I'm only 5'9". This comes to about my knee, right? So this is what, a 30-gallon trash can or something. And this is what it turns it into. It just turns it into this, like this, just this powder. And I don't know, there's maybe, if I had to put that into a bucket right now, maybe a gallon. So it'll turn 3,000 gallons of oil into a gallon of powder. And this stuff actually, I kind of wondered what we could actually use this for. I just spread it in the driveway and it turns into concrete. It's awesome. But anyway, so yeah, so that's a cleanburn CB3250. This one's 375,000 BTUs. It can be ducted, like you can technically duct this thing if you wanted to. I just don't see the point in it because that's not how I need it. But yeah, I do have supplemental heat if I needed it. My shop's a little dirty right now, but well, it's always dirty. So I have those 2 propane units right there. Those are like a fart in the wind when it comes to heat. And those are, I think those are 60,000 BTUs each. So that's like 120,000 between the two of them. And they're just garbage compared to this thing. But yeah, and then I think it's awesome. So yeah, so there that is. Here's a video of, I don't know, a cleanburn CB3250. You can kind of see the side of it there. And I built custom mounts and everything. So these are actually on a pendulum. And so I built these little hangers so up there, so they'll actually pivot, but it'll stay anchored to this piece. This building is actually built with 4-inch wide by 18-inch tall beams. And they're all first cut lumber, so they're super strong. And I do have it anchored fore and aft on each one of these, and then it's just a piece of unistrut holding it all up. And then this is 1/2-inch 13 rod. So actually I think that's 5/8 actually, now that I'm thinking about it, right? Yeah, it's been a while since I built this. So, well, I didn't build this, I built everything that holds it. And then built this tank down here and the tank outside, and that's the lift pump that actually goes from the tank up to this unit itself. And I kind of filter it coming to the thing. There's a filter in the tank, and then a filter there, and then a filter in the pump. And then I guess I didn't really show it, maybe I could. So I do have this pump that's right here. Oh, let me get my finger. There's a pump right here, a diaphragm pump, and that's what I use. I'll change some of these valves up a little bit, and I'll be able to pull from the tank outside. And then I also have it set up with that red hose that you see there. It's a little wand. Another filter on this side, so I can close the valve from the tank off and open this one, and I can set a tank inside here and pull from that one too if I want to. So I kind of set it up where I can pull from different things and that kind of stuff. All my neighbors give me oil, a lot of trucking companies and stuff like that. In our state anyway, you have to pay to get rid of your oil, to recycle it or whatever, and I can come collect it for free. So I'm pretty happy about that. Other than the collection of it, running this heater cost me about 65 bucks a month, and that includes going to collect all the oil and all that kind of stuff. So we have about 6 months of winter here where it's actually cold enough to run this thing. And in that time frame, I spend about, on average, about 65 bucks a month. It's about 35 bucks a month to run the unit, and then and that's about another 30 bucks a month for the collection of the oil and, you know, transportation, all that stuff to go get it and everything like that, and tanks and drums and getting rid of that stuff and all that kind of stuff. You know, there's a few things involved there, but it's not bad at all. It's easy to deal with, and you get awesome heat. I'll clean this one time, and then it'll run all winter. So if you guys have any questions on this, if you guys have any questions on this, you can always put questions in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer. All right, well, you guys have an awesome day, and stay warm.